Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megsy, and today I'm going to be doing the Bookish Elements Tag. I will link the original creator down below, and there is a total of 8 questions that deal with bookmarks, dropped hints, footnotes, and essentially how do you read as a reader. So, if you're interested in hearing my response, stick around and we will get started. The first question is, how do you feel about foreshadowing or dropped hints? I don't know if I feel a certain kind of way. I find that when it comes to foreshadowing, it's one of two things. Either I think it's really obvious, or I can be quite dense and not see things coming. So I would say if it's the latter, then there is a certain kind of skill that the author did in creating the story for me to not see it. If I think it's completely unexpected, but then can retrace the steps of the story as to how we got there, then I think it's well done. Question 2, bookmarks. What do you use? How do you feel about bending the corner down? Well, I never bend the corner down. I hate that. I cringe internally if I see that. I have a bookmark here. The one I've been using for like the past year is Frida Kahlo. I think a friend got this for me for my birthday. And I have a couple others. I have one. I don't really feel like getting up. It's an Arctic Fox. Yeah, but lately it has been trusty Frida Kahlo that is by a company called Spitfire Girl. Forgotten bookmarks. Question 3. Have you ever found something strange in a book? I have found people's plane boarding passes. I've found receipts. Usually they're like sometimes library receipts, not receipts, but my library, the due date slips that they give look like receipts. Obviously, I found those. I've found people writing weird things in books. Like, there was a book I found in a little lending library, and I was initially going to read it, and, like, someone wrote their, not just their name in the book, the previous owner, but, like, the phone number, which is, I don't know why you'd put your phone number in, but okay. Question 4, inscriptions and annotations. How do you feel about writing in a book, and how do you annotate if you do? This I answered, I think, a while ago in another tag video. I don't really annotate. I mean, I used to, obviously, when I was like a student. I think instead what I do and what I'm really a fan of now is just using tabs, honestly, because it doesn't mark the book in any way and you can just take them out. I have already highlighted. I was highlighting some nonfiction books I read last year. But I don't know. I kind of got over that. I just don't like marking books. I know that I like feel like I have this like idea of like physical books as being this very precious thing, but I generally just like don't like marking them. I have already read, like, even in books from the library, people marking them in library books, which I'm just like, ooh. But yeah, it's just not something that I generally do unless, of course, back when I was a student. Question 6, accessories. Do you use bookish accessories like a clip-on reading light, book sleeve, annotation materials, bookstand, etc.? I mean, the only annotation material that I use, like I said, are tabs. I'm going to find an example of actually a very tabbed up book. This one. I really tabbed this a lot. And I like it because, you know, if I ever want to sell the book or whatever, I can just take the tabs out. But like a clip-on reading light, I honestly never even saw that until I watched a vlog by a Sunny Book Nook. They had a reading light, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I've never seen that. I don't know what a book sleeve is. A book stand, I have a bookcase, but I don't have a stand. I do put books I'm currently reading or about to read on my nightstand, but yeah, I guess I'm not really into a lot of accessories. Question 7, art and illustrations. How do cover art and illustrations affect your reading experience? I do, I mean, like most people, I am a sucker for cover art. I want to say one of the prettiest book covers I have seen lately is, oh, I'm going to have to get up to get it. Be right back. It is Elaine Croft's The Princess of 72nd Street. I love this cover. I think this is so beautiful, and this is a reissue because the book was originally published in 1979. The book was just okay to me. Like, it was, I rated it like 3.5 stars, rounded up, but this cover is beautiful, and it's a very slim book, so I have no problems with the fact that I own this. Art and other cover art and illustrations. I mean, I don't really read books that have illustrations in them. Like, I'm not someone that really reads comic books or graphic novels or things like that. So, but yeah, I mean, the cover art is, of course, it's important to me, but like at the end of the day, when I'm adding books to my TBR, what's on the cover isn't really gonna like affect if I read it or not, even if it has a hideous cover. Format, the last question, question 8. What format of books do you prefer? Hardback, paperback, audio, or digital? Do you do different things for different situations? Well, I don't use ebooks, so I don't do digital. I don't use audiobooks. I mean, maybe someday when I'm older, if my eyesight is going, I'll do audiobooks. So yes, I do physical books. Hardback or paperback? You know, it's funny because I feel like in general I prefer paperback, not just because they're cheaper, but they're lighter. They're easier to carry. But hardcover, the nice thing with hardcover though, even though they are bulkier and heavy, they're less likely to get damaged. If I'm taking a book to read, if I go into the office, when I go into the office one day a week, like when I put it in my bag, I've definitely had books that got bent that were paperback. So yes, hardback is definitely better at protecting it, but like overall I do prefer just the easy lightness of a paperback. So do you do different things for different situations? I mean, I feel like if I'm going to the beach, a hardback book is going to get more likely to get beat up. Do you want to say hi? Someone wants to say hi. Is more likely to get beat up than a hardback. So yeah. Yeah, and that's it. Those are the 8 questions for the Bookish Elements tag. I will, for question 9, prompt 9, I will tag some creators down below. And yeah, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.